What's up, nerds? Today we're going to be playing Timberborn. We're just going to go ahead and hop right on in here with a new game. We're going to just probably do just lakes. Why not? We'll go for that. As you can hear, there's no Will in the background because he's not here today. So it's just going to be Matt rocking and rolling. We're just going to be chilling out and playing with our beavers. And now that we're in the game, we're going to name our settlement. Because Will's not here, we will just name it. I'll dedicate it to Will. We'll call it Will's Harry Beaverton. Will's Harry Beaverton. So to start with, we have a couple of dudes. All of them are homeless, but as we take a look around, we have quite a bit of open space. A lot of this greenery is what we're going to be using for our croplands. So the very first thing that we're going to start off with is making some paths and a place to mark for some trees. We're going to mark some trees over this way. And we will lay a lumberjack flag down. And the first thing we'll have to do, we will have to actually path our way. And we'll just make that kind of our main road at the moment. So first thing we need is some wood to start producing some stuff. And we'll go ahead and make... darn. That's 1, 2. And then we can... We'll add a second one in the future. We'll just need some stuff for that. And then for the water and the storage... get us some extra storage on that. Next thing we'll need to do is some food. We'll just need a gathering flag. That we won't have to mark. We'll just have to add a pathway to it. And then this will make our very top priority above everything else. So other things that we can get going on is we do have a staircase up here, so we will work on adding an extra flag. So as we get things rocking and rolling, pretty much just the point is just your average city builder. We're just going through managing a little civilization, and it's based entirely on beavers, these little lovely guys that are running around hanging out. And the first thing we're going to be doing is just getting a bunch of just basic resources, so that way we know that our peeps can survive. The range for this should cover all of that, and then this next builder, or this next lumberjack should be able to take over the rest in this area here. The berry bush can gather that. We will already go ahead and make, since the water is flowing this way, we'll eventually have a drought. Our first priority is going to be to add some landscaping, probably just get a dam to move across, and then add some paths along the top of them. So we'll kind of let the basics of our civilization get started over here, and then we'll kind of start working on like a true section over this way that we can pretty much just get rid of all of the stuff in the green area and kind of convert it into a lot of farmland and some other resource gatherings. But for right now, we have some workers working on the trees. We currently have 3 people looking for stuff to do. We will add somebody to this, and then add another person to the lumberjack flag, and that will give us 2 job positions. We'll need 1 more, and we'll probably just add them to this while we get some extra stuff going on. So our top priority is making sure that they have food and that they have a clean access of water. Right now we have a pretty good way of doing that with this water pump. We'll add a second one once we actually get some landscaping. Probably, what do we actually need for that? Landscape. It's not a levee. Don't need a levee. I forgot what we actually needed. Paths and structures. Yeah, so eventually we'll probably want to try to get platform, because that will still let water run freely through it. Suppose Housing isn't important at the moment, but we would probably stick a lot of housing right here in this area just because it will be important for us to make sure that they start getting happy at some point. But right now it's not our top priority. There's no point in them being happy if we can't get them to survive. Right now they have 9 out of their 12 logs, but it's nighttime. We'll go ahead and start trying to speed up the process a little bit. We'll just go straight up to 3. And then we can get the new day started. As well as that, I suppose we can start working on some extra infrastructure stuff. We will probably completely mark resource for get rid of all of this, so that way we can just make a clean path. Because what we'll want is, actually, you may not want to do that. A levee would require some science. Because we'll want the water to kind of flow into here, let the levee go, so that way when the water dries up, we can just raise the levee and then have just pure water running. That is a good question indeed. But now we officially have water getting worked. I believe we can reduce that worker by 1. Nope, we're still looking for somebody, still looking for a job to do. Okay, never mind. I guess I already planned on that. They're thirsty, but they'll finally get their water in tomorrow. So we'll just let the path go here so that way they can get all that underway. Next big thing that we'll work on is we'll just mark this area completely to get cut down for trees. Whatever trees don't get cut down, we'll just mark for deletion. And then we can try to use this for more farming area. And then dedicate this area or this area to more pure tree harvesting and forestry stuff. And then we'll still keep this as our housing area. We just actually need to go to cross first. As we'll add to storage. Just add a basic large pile so that way while we get things queued up, they can get straight underway with that. And so we technically have 12 people, so I guess the first thing that we can do is place down probably four buildings that we just lay off this way. Eventually we can stack things vertically, so what'll end up happening is I'll most likely try to have a staircase that we can just build across, access some more of these buildings. But for now, we have an actual resource for all of our wood area for us to keep all of our wood as we start trying to get more use a lumberjack flag. And this entire area, what we'll probably just do is we'll just make a straight line, and then eventually that'll be the main highway. As you can see, this red that we have on the screen, if I can actually highlight over it, it shows how much of an inconvenience it is for people to get there, which means they'll take more time out of their day to get a task done, but that's fine. Because for right now, we will mark this resource for deletion. Where do we mark this? Alright, Bob, deletion. So we'll mark this section for deletion, and we will add in a efficient farmhouse. We will probably add 2 if it has this area, one over here and then one over this way. So then we'll have 2 fields, and most of this will probably be dedicated towards some food, and over here we can probably just find a way to get some power, so that way we can get all manufactured and stored. Right here we'll probably end up having quite a bit of storage stuff, but the very first good thing that we'll get is once everything starts drying up, this will actually be our natural, actually that is a fair point, this will act as like a natural water pool. So I guess we could actually just, no, we still need a platform just in general. Oh well. But at least for the first cycle, we'll have water from about here to here, which should be plenty for the first couple of cycles as we get some stuff stored up. As we can see, we have 75 food at the moment, so we'll really want to make sure that Some paths and structures. Ooh, we're out of saved. So some paths. Be nice, clean, and efficient. We'll have that cutoff point for some people. Let's see. Wherever we have the housing at. Let's first add some paths. We got the paths going across here. As you can see, it is very deep red. It's just because we need to get this, and hopefully some housing will fix some of these issues. But it's nothing we will need to be too concerned about at the moment. For right now, we'll make this our top priority, and then we'll have, let's see, plant crops. So we'll just go for the very basic. We'll do this whole field and carrots for right now. That'll be probably the most pure, because eventually, when we get potatoes, we'll be able to cook them and do some pretty good things with that. So we have the water, that's going fine. We got, pretty much a full container by the end of the day. We got 2 people looking for stuff to do. We'll have this be the top priority. People have homes, people have that. Let's see. We will need to actually start working on some science, because I believe the forester, that's going to require some science. So boom. That will also be the next priority, or that will be the next priority. And now we have 2 farmers. They're really going to town on it. That's going to be fantastic. It seems that we've actually already run out of wood, so we can put a pause on this section. This will most likely be our area. That and yeah, we'll really need to make sure that we kind of get the ball rolling on some science. But as we get that done, we'll need a form of power. We could do the water wheel, but I imagine we'll probably, let's see, a power wheel. This just requires less, and we can add it straight to a building without being too much of an issue. We can put a pause on this berry bush as well, and probably get rid of it. This probably won't be needed for too much longer, since we've already superseded with that. And if we need to in the future, we can maybe add like a nice berry section over here, provide some extra food. But we do have 54 food. Most of these things will take about 4 days to produce, so won't probably last us. The 54 food probably won't last us the entire time, but most likely means we won't starve either. And this is actually the greater. Let's take a look around. I don't see anything particularly exciting. This is a nice big reservoir of water. A lot of broken down mechanical ruins. And then a massive bridge, which I never... It's been a while since I've played this, but nice natural overhang. That's new. But this is bad water. We don't like bad water. This is human water. I don't know too much about the bad water sources. I haven't actually played with the bad water update, so I don't know what any of the stuff does. Then again, I don't pay attention in general. So we have that. We got the housing. We're all in a good spot right now. Let's see, we do have 34 logs, so hopefully as things... Oof. We're already out. So we're over a third of the way there, so in about 2 days... A little over 2 days we should have it. I think they started planting on this side. Yeah, 58%, so in about 2 days. So some of them may... Oof, they're already running around hungry. Actually, there are some berries over here. Let's add some... Add a quick... Oop. Oop. I don't know why you did that. Oop. Delete that. Yeah. No. There we go. That's what we need to do. Let's add a priority to that. We'll drop 2 workers. Both people do have... Oh, actually, yeah, let's Oh wait, no, wrong one to pause. There we go. Yeah, so now we have 2 people looking for stuff to do. So right now, we are getting a subtle thing of food, which hopefully means a majority of people won't starve. We now have 40 of that, so we can probably go ahead. This area here, we can add a wood, a lumber mill. And then for power, add one of these power wheels. If I remember, there we go. Yeah, we'll just let them work naturally on that. And how are we doing? We have 68%, so they should all be fed tomorrow. Because they are just tearing apart this berry bush at the moment, but they will survive until then. Most of them will survive until then. We still got that. We got some of that. How much science do we have at the moment? We have 9 science. So to actually get the first thing in landscaping for this bridge to make everything quite a bit more efficient, we need 100. So we should actually get that in a couple of days. Should be after the first major drought. Ah, yes. And then this will be... We have 1 person looking for a job. We can probably pause. Drop one of the workers. So they will have food tomorrow, which is a thank goodness. Everyone's growing up. Drop 2 people looking for stuff to do. And this will be our top priority. We are doing pretty decent on water. We will want to try to get that science so that way we can get another platform to actually make more. At the moment, we could probably add some storage. But no warehouse. Add some extra storage. Just in case we happen to come into some excess. We have no wood. We have no wood. In terms of wood, we have none. And we can unpause this for a second. Yeah. Let's see. And then looks like he's out, so we can pause him. Probably just straight up delete this one. And mark some resources for deletion. We'll just add this whole section since we won't need those anymore. It'll give them something to do, and we can start turning this into some more farmland, as well as this area. Deletion, yeah. Through that guy in particular. Okay, so in about 3 days, we will have our drought, which only lasts a little bit, which does leave me concerned about our water, but it should be fine. Building lacks power. There we go. So we'll start producing that. We won't dedicate a big storage right now, so hopefully, just so that way it's not overproducing, hopefully. But in the future, once we actually get some industrialization going, that will be fine. Nice real hardy horror. Hardy horror. Yes, so just regular planks. And then boom. Fantastico. Boom, extra water. We're going at some pretty fast speeds. We got plenty of... Actually, next thing we'll need to do is food. So water's over here. We'll make the food storage across the way. Nice medium warehouse. You want a medium warehouse? Yeah, we'll produce a lot of food. Why not? Where is carrots? Ready to eat foods. Yeah, we'll produce a lot of carrots. Then we could probably flip it on the inverse and add another crop. And then maybe on this side eventually we'll have some extra. But bam. Alright, so they do have... Once somebody grows up, we will give them more stuff to do. But right now, we are getting a net positive on food. Hopefully, they'll be able to get most of this harvested before the drought, because the drought will kill their food. Or, yeah, will kill the stuff that's planted. But we should have enough of this water here to actually reach for the majority of the time. Let's see. Next is next. We'll... There we go. And right now we'll prioritize harvesting. So that way they spend more time harvesting than one vacancy. That was the stuff that we just added. Alright, well I don't know who we pulled from, but they're still producing some planks. We got 11 out of 12 planks. I've already forgot what we needed planks for. Oh yes, an actual forester. So that requires 60 science, and we'll have the stuff for that. We can... Okay, cool. So it looks like we're getting an excess of wood, which is fine, because what will most likely happen is I'll just work on some stuff, and then we'll... Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just work on some stuff as we go through the drought. Drought should only be a day or two, and I'll see you in a second. Bop, bop, bop.